Good morning, everybody. When I get that feeling, I want spiritual healing. That's my new intro. I just planned out. I'm just coming on today to let everybody know wherever you are on your journey and in life. Always remember that we are life, experiencing life. So it's already unfolding for us. And if you're in the flow state, you don't have to do anything, but be willing to receive with the universe. So you put your manifestation out there and you forget about it, and then you just keep going. You do what feels right for you, right, to get into your soul's purpose, right? So again, trying to find your passion each day to keep your vibe up. You can sing, you can dance, you can go find a hobby in town. I'm not sure if it's across the whole world, but they have something called Meetup, and you can go on Meetup and you can discover what your passion is. So whether it be a spiritual group, playing the djembe drum, finding something out there like pottery, something that's going to bring you back to giving a little life back to yourself, and taking a couple breaths each day. And then asking yourself throughout the day, where is my attention? Where is my attention right now? Where's my awareness? And again, check in with your body. Can I give full attention to my I am? So remember, we all have the I am in us. And with that I am statement, it's very powerful. When you believe, you can become anything. So check in with your I am. Are you in the right frame of mind? Or, I just thought about this, 144 on the timer. Or are you someone, which I just thought of somebody when I was making this, about to make the video, I thought of somebody that the whole purpose of life is to know thyself. So if you came to this planet and you're just partying all day and being an asshole to people, do you know yourself? No, you're still running away from yourself. And the whole point of your journey is creating havoc and misery for other people. And I know a guy right here in town. I don't know where the hell he is, but I hope he stays the fuck away from me. I haven't seen him for about 7 years. But the guy hasn't stopped doing cocaine. So whatever age he tried cocaine at, say somebody tried at 16, I don't know. And I don't even know his real age, but say for 16, it's as bad as me doing 2, 3, 4 on the timer, me being a fall down drunk for 27 years. So say if this same person's done coke now for 35 years and they couldn't go a day without it, how much of a monster is that going to make you? In my experience doing cocaine for maybe whatever I did at 5, 6, 7 years, what is that going to do for you? And are you going to know thyself? It's pretty hard that you would never go a day without doing cocaine. What's your life like? Are you even on the planet? So I'm going to throw that out there and let anyone know that if you are into addictions that way, there is still hope for people. Unless you're a narcissist, of course. The narcissist just won't, because they're lazy, calculated, manipulating, gaslighting. Nothing punk about them. They're weak. They're immature. They're petty. And their whole life is based around doing cocaine, which actually leads you to more addictions and more of running away from yourself, obviously. But you never knew yourself once because you never stopped doing cocaine one day. I don't know if where you are on the planet, I'm sure there's more people like that, but I just got thinking, if I know a guy that's never stopped doing cocaine, and then people will say, oh, he just can't stop. He said he can't stop because he's done it for so long. So he's putting that out there to other people that he's still the big hero. He's the big man. He just can't. He can't stop because he's done it for so long. Well, the reason he can't stop is because he's a narcissist, wanker, psychopath, never healed his childhood wounds, turned into the bully that bullied him. It's like a little scrawny guy in high school, right? The scrawniest guy ever, got the shit beat out of him, whether it's by his parents or a high school or elementary school. And then they just chose from that day to be the bully and do cocaine right from that day. I always wonder how this person's still alive. But again, they say, oh, only the good die young. This person's a psychopath. So adding that cocaine into your body every day, would you ever even get high again? I couldn't see how you would even still get high anymore, but I couldn't see what your purpose in life was. because me knowing this person in the time frame of waiting for the drug dealer to bring it, to supply it, to purchase it, the person was like a psychopath having a meltdown, where this person could go do anything to get that cocaine. And that's what I'm getting at. These people are already psychopaths because they took on the persona of the bully. So these people could step into an I am. We all have that persona of good in us. I believe there's still good in people. But when you've done cocaine for that long, and you're here not even knowing thyself. So it's just those people that are here to party, but it's worse. It's worse if you've tried cocaine for, say, 6, 7, 8 years, but from the first time you tried it, say at 16, and now you're 55. You didn't go one day without it. So the purpose of them is never to know thyself, because again, you're just running and running and running, and you're a big fat fucking coward, man. I don't care if you're small. I'm not making fun of fat people. It just came out of my mouth. That's what I think about this person. And it shows people in the city that you're still towering over that big egoic. Oh, everyone's like, he's a bully and everybody's afraid of him in my city. And I had my awakening. And I'm not afraid of people like this anymore, because I see through the bigger picture. And that is the bigger picture. When you can attune into your own body and not be afraid. Again, those voices all day today, like the power just went out where I'm living. And the voices are like, what do you think, Lynn? What are you going to do? And then my internet went out. Oh, and I just moved it and plugged it in somewhere else. Like I'm very mindful about how not to live in fear now. And that's the way the government wanted everybody. 555 on the timer. Actually, it's 655. But these people that are are psychopathic like that, and narcissists, it just shows how weak they really fucking are. If you think about it, if you're somebody, male or female, and you've had to do cocaine since you were, say, 16, you tried it, and now you're 55. What is that going to do to your upstairs when you were already mental? So again, you've got the MPD disorder, so you're mental. And then you're adding cocaine every day, which probably goes hand in hand with being a drunk as well. That's what I did when I did both. I had to do both. I couldn't just do one. But you're still going around towering over top of people like you're this big man. Like, it's so fun for you to let people know, like, yeah, I'm a big cokehead in town and I'm this big badass motherfucker. Well, you're weak because you're such a coward that you never went and talked to somebody. Your kids don't want nothing to do with you, which is great for the kids because they shouldn't be around somebody like this. And I feel sorry if somebody ever married somebody like this because it's disgusting. But they just came here to party and they're still thinking it's cool. And you're fucking 55 now. It shows you're very weak. It shows that you have nothing inside of you. And again, you're a human trash bag. But not only a human trash bag, you're a cokehead that would never go to a meeting. I honestly don't even think this person's even tried to go to a meeting for one day in their life. Again, it's the kind of guy that would have to do changing ways in my corrupt city. They should be in jail, locked up in a mental straitjacket for the rest of their life. In a jail cell with the straitjacket on. And when I mentioned the name to corrupt cops in my city, they laughed it off. I'm like, you should check, like, the people I used to hang out with when I was in my addictions. I'm like, they're not very good people. And I'd even dropped the name. And I'm not a name dropper, but I did drop this one name. And they kind of laughed it off, and it's no big deal. This guy's like a certified psychopath in my hometown. He's certified. To the point where his own fucking family's afraid of him. So they'd give him whatever he wanted. Money to get out of jail. He'd never pay that family back. Tons of money to get out of jail. From a sister that he hated. The mom and dad probably almost fucking homeless for giving him so much money to get out of jail. And do you think this would be a guy that would ever go work a day in his life to go pay the family back? No, he'd still be holding on a grudge with the dad that beat the fuck out of him. Holding on to that childhood resentment. So you're just filled with anger, but he's such a coward that he could never tell his dad, I don't want to see you anymore. I don't like you. Because every time he fucks up and circulates around as drug addicts do, he keeps going, they'd keep taking him back at home. And now he's 55 on cocaine, never stopped. Who knows how many 8-balls you would have to do to keep that going for you in your body all day long. And you'd be the kind of person, again, never took accountability for the kids you had, called your wife like, you should see the hoe I picked up. And laughs. These men laugh about things like that. This is how men are. Ha ha ha. I married a hoe. You want to see the hoe I picked up? This is the guy that would make you be a pig or any farm animal to get cocaine off of him. Ha ha ha. I used to love watching them get on all fours and beg for it. The man that told me, ha ha ha, Lynn, I could put you in a wood chipper and nobody would know. And the same bully that would have your picture on his phone that I talked about in an episode yesterday or the day before, that it's the same bully that has the picture of you. And from another narc channel, the man who used to be like that, he said, oh yeah, I'd like to dominate over women like that. And I knew I was in control. And I always had to upper hand that person because deep inside, they know you're better than them. They know that you bring value, bring quality, and bring integrity to the streets, to everywhere. And when people always remember when somebody's treating you like that, it's because they do see the good qualities in you. So that's for all my women and men out there that have been bullied so bad and beat down by somebody, whether they're on cocaine or not, or any drugs. Who knows? The guy could be into like heroin now, for all I know. I have no idea. And I don't really want to know about him. But my whole purpose is we are life experiencing life. And it's already unfolding for us. If you attune with the universe, things are going to start happening for you in a good way. And when you clear out your system, like taking it for that oil change or taking it through the car wash, again, when we come into our heart center and we let go of that anger and resentment against people, because again, the hate that you're carrying, and when you go add drugs and booze and anything else on top of that, it's going to make you more of a fucking monster than you already were when you took on that bully's persona at, say, age 16. These people in my home city, we used to have back in the day a mental institution, big, huge hospital. And I can't remember what year it closed down in my city, and I have no idea why it even closed down. But it reminds me of like some narcissist would close this hospital down. And now our city's got homeless people everywhere, people on drugs everywhere, but we've got the monsters still feeding these people the drugs. Like that's their gig in life, is to keep feeding people, but they're psycho. And again, it's somebody again that will go home and practice these facial expressions in the mirror, as psychopaths do, to get what they want, right? And I'm going to talk about energy for a minute. I was on a spiritual class last night on my Zoom meeting, and the energy hit me really hard in where I am sitting right now. And the energy came over, and again, they're using those scalar weapons on me, and the voice to skull in my ear being that targeted individual. And I'm very good at energy reading now on people. So again, what happens with energy is when you have your awakening, 1333 on the timer, you're gonna repel some of your old friends. You're gonna repel people, right? Because again, they don't like your light, and it's okay. You can't be upset about it, and you can't be mad about it. You just got to let people go. It's just like you got to let that shit go from whatever's hurting you. You have to. And if you don't, you're going to be this guy doing cocaine for 50 years, say. Whatever. I'm not doing the math right now, but you get the point. You've done cocaine now for 50 years. You took on the persona of a bully because you were a scrawny little fuck. And now you're that big monster going around town thinking you're all badass and shit when you're a fucking wimp. But he's also scary. I'm not afraid of somebody like that now with my awakening, but everybody else would be. And again, it's somebody who could manipulate the energy so bad in your town. And again, it happened on my class last night. I noticed with my spiritual teacher, I've noticed it a few times now, because again, somebody's always in my phone or watching me. They call them the watchers. He could be one of them. It doesn't make me frightened at all. But it's again, principle over personalities. Again, with the cops, it's principle over personalities. when you're telling somebody that there's like and everybody would know. Actually, now that I think about it, I did say, you probably know the name. No, we don't, they said to my face. I just remembered that now. Everybody in my hometown knows who this person is. Everybody does. He's made his presence known as being the big psychopath cokehead. Like, it's like that. And a lot of the women in my town would really be grateful that I'm making this message right now. And it's just showing again that the psychopaths and the narcissists are the weakest link in the whole human experience. They're weak. And I want people to know that once you start healing the insides of what happened to you, whether it was your parents that did the same thing, took on that persona because of somebody else doing that, you have it in your up here still, if you're not too far gone, to know that you can go change any day. You can go to a meeting, you can go heal. But once you've got that far, as this person has, there is no hope. Because that person's been doing it for like 30, 50, 40 years. Still just snorting with the straw, man, and drinking and partying. And when you hate yourself that much, man, you're going to fucking hate everybody else. And you're going to ruin and sabotage everybody. So hence me right now, I haven't seen the person in about 7 years, walked away from them. I knew when I was drunk still coming down that this wasn't the person finally after I blew up my life, that I didn't want to hang out with somebody like this. I got that feeling, and it came to me still coming down in the morning, and I left and I never looked back. I've mentioned that a couple times on another video. And if I can get that intuition and that gut feeling after I hit a rock bottom that I'm in the wrong place when I was still drunk, and I still drank again for another year until I quit, then anybody can check in with their intuition at any time. So again, always be consciously aware. So again, you're checking in with that awareness, and you're checking in and making sure that you are, when you're feeling unsafe, you got to let those people go. And you can't let that cocaine habit or whatever habit it is allow you to keep hanging out with these people, because their karma is going to bleed all over top of you. And again, they don't give a fuck about you. But they do very much want to keep you in that stagnant cokehead state. And if you've done it that long, like I'm surprised the person would even still be alive if you did that much cocaine. You'd bound to have had a bunch of heart attacks by now or something. And he's not the most clean person either. I mean, clean meaning like spiritually clean, any clean, like showering clean, washing your hands. It's gross. And with Eckhart Tolle and the power of now, practicing the power of now, in order to bring ourselves to mindfulness, we can run our hands under the water. And when you're having those voices talking to you, being a targeted individual, or they're using those scalar weapons on you, which right now my back is absolutely killing, but I gotta just move around, and that's okay. When you can run your hands under the water and close your eyes, again, it's like taking that prana breath, right? Again, it's... I made the video yesterday, make the loudest, like accentuate your breath, letting it all out, right? Again, so anyone can come into that moment, like washing your hands, close your eyes, be grateful, and be grateful. Run the water up to here. I've done it lately. You run the water under your sink up to your arms and feel into it. And I promise you, it's going to give you, like you just did a 5-minute meditation, and you come into gratitude again. As well as when you're checking in with your body during the day, ask yourself, talk to yourself again. Am I aware of what I'm doing? Keep asking yourself these questions over and over again until you actually do become consciously aware of what the fuck you're doing. And again, this is for anyone out there across the world that is stuck in addictions right now. So any addiction, I'm drug free now. I'm booze free. I'm vape free now. Again, the vape was really gross to me as well. Who knows what the government's putting in there with poisons. And I'd almost say, and I shouldn't say it, but I'd almost think that cigarettes were even better than these vape apparatuses going around. It's all obviously not healthy for you, but that vape, there's a lot more gross chemicals in there than they tell us about. Think about it. Wherever you are right now on the planet, in where I am, and I'm not sure if it's just a Canada-wide thing or my city, London, Ontario, these vape stores are popping up. They're everywhere. You could see like five when you go into a plaza you haven't been in for a couple months. You could go, there's like 5 vape stores popped up right there. Again, it's leading me back to the gas stations in my city selling beer and wine. They have the big signs outside. Petro Canada, beer and wine. Esso, beer and wine. And again, keep in mind, this is all the government's plan. So these people that are on coke for 50 years, it's actually their plan, like the government, being narcissistic, psychopathic. They're exactly like the government. They want to keep you stuck in that cocaine like them because they've hated themselves for the 50 years they've been doing the cocaine. Nobody can be better than them. And my message here is for the women and the men that are really struggling right now. Again, you have the divinity in you. So everybody has that divine in you. It's been there since birth. It's for you to tap into at any time. Again, just like the prana, the free breath from the air. Just gasping it out of you. Get it out. And I promise you, just doing that little exercise for 1 minute in your day, you're going to feel better. Do it anywhere. Who cares if people can hear you? Just breathe in. However you want to sound, I promise you your day is going to be a lot better. And again, it's just another small thing. Again, it's in the Eckhart Tolle audiobook of Coming into Awareness, Practicing the Power of Now. And for me, it gives you that stillness, right? And when you're still in the mind, you can think straight. You can become consciously aware of everything you're doing just by turning that faucet on and being goddamn grateful. I have water. I have water. People don't have water. And if we can just all come together as a collective consciousness like that, the world could be a better place. And again, a narcissist can do that too. They can do that. They can do a 5-minute meditation. And I'm talking about the narcissists that aren't like that. The other man I'm using on the other side of the spectrum, which is not even NPD anymore. It's gone. Psychopathic, nut bar, nut crazy, needs to be locked in a mental hospital with the straitjacket, in jail. Anything, off the streets. So I just wanted to put that message out there. And again, if you are hanging out with these people, such as I was when I didn't love myself because of my childhood, and when I very much was in my coke addiction, I hung out with people like that and I ignored the red flags. My throat chakra was being closed up, but that's okay. 22 on the timer, which again is on the right path. Please get away from these people if you're not like them. Please check in with your body and make sure you're consciously aware of what the fuck you're doing. You can still do that when you're on cocaine. I know because I did it. And I very much hanging out with a guy like that. I wanted to kill myself every day. It made me, because of his energy, making me feel like I was the crazy one. And again, that's what a psychopath does, right? They manipulate the energy. They gaslight you. They triangulate you. The love bombing, the grossness. But when you're sitting there and you're fucked up with somebody and they say to you, Lynn, I could put you in a wood chipper and nobody would know. And other people are around and they're laughing. That's not funny. So people that hang out with somebody like that, if they're not too far gone right now, I'm going to ask them to check in with themselves too. Because not everybody is like that. And I think me making this message will enlighten a couple people that I know within the city to remind them of the divinity that's in you. You're not too far gone. It's other people either bringing you down to make you feel like you're unworthy of shit, but you are. Everybody is worthy of a second chance. But it's up to the operator, right? So if your washing machine, your body or the soul, if your washing machine is all out of whack and you've never fine-tuned it, you've never taken it into a car wash, I'm going to I put in a frequency I just listened to right now. It's called an etheric flush. I believe that's the name of it. It's by, again, my favorite shaman called Dr. Virtual. And it tells you, do you want to feel whole again? And all it is a listening experience. So again, you can do the breathing. Breathe in. Be grateful for that fresh prana air that we woke up again. We can breathe, right? If you can breathe, you're ready to even receive anything from the universe when you show gratitude. You can come to stillness, wash those hands, be grateful. And I'll try to find a link of the Eckhart Tolle Practicing the Power of Now, the free Audible on YouTube. I looked for it. It's not in his voice anymore. And I'm not really down with AI because I do like the experience of the author, of the creator of the book. So I'll try to find it and drop that in there as well. Again, anyone can change anytime. It's just coming in and checking in with your body, being consciously aware of the company you're keeping and what you're ingesting into your body, and breaking down some of those childhood wounds. We don't need any of those things. It's a distraction. Just like I don't need my Thrive gum in right now, but I'm chewing it, right? It's a distraction. It's a distraction. So we think we need cocaine. We think we need booze. We think we need sex. We think we need to overindulge in food every day. We think these things, but we all have our persona. We have our I am, which is in us. And with your I am, you are capable of anything. But you gotta believe. And again, to believe is to receive, right? Believe you're worthy. Start telling yourself, I am worthy. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of a second chance. I am worthy of giving this my fucking all, because we're life experiencing life. And wouldn't you want to know? Everybody, that's another thing. Again, everybody thinks that it's something else outside of yourself. It's not. The whole purpose of life is to know yourself, your being. Who the fuck are you without anybody telling you who you are? Wouldn't it be nice to come here and know? And that's the part where I'm at right now, is letting people know I came from the biggest rock bottom ever and lost the best man in my whole entire life. The one man that loved me when I couldn't love myself. So I decided to go hang out with people like that and do cocaine. You can't come back from that. But it is all up to you. You're the operator. You're the operator. This government voice to skull over top of me and targeting me with scalar weapons every night, they might think they're the operator and they're slowing me down, but I'm the fucking operator. You know why? Because I chose not to live in fear. These people want you to live in fear, just very much like that monster cokehead you're hanging out with. And again, I'm not talking about just people who deal coke. I'm not talking about just your average Joe Blow that can do a couple lines and they're okay. I'm talking about a psychopath. So please check in with yourself wherever you are on the planet. I'm going to have to start deleting some videos. I'm out of time here, 27 on the timer, and I only can go to 31. So I got to start deleting to make more videos. Again, find your purpose. When you're purposeful and when it's coming from your soul, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself. And again, to get started, if you're feeling really crummy about yourself, tell yourself you are worthy, because you are. Everybody is. Go out there today, buy somebody a coffee if you have to. Something to just bring you back to life, to your own fucking body, and get away from these people. You will gain your life back. You'll gain your strength back. And then you can come into it and say, I am powerful. Because you know what? They didn't want us to know. We have the power right inside of us. It's in the I am that we all have right inside of us. And in you right now, it's dying for you to tap into it. It's dying for you to figure out why you are here and why, and who you are, without anybody telling you. Wouldn't that be fun, just to change up your game right now? Wouldn't it be fun to get excited about life again and find out who you are without your teacher telling you, your parents, some jerk cokehead? Not everybody, the psychopath monster that everybody needs to get away from. Again, check in, because again, another I am is I am pure awareness. And once you can tap into that, being aware of everything, your surroundings, everything, you will feel safe, I promise you. And you will know fear is a fucking illusion. Thank you. I'm Lynn, coming to you from London, Ontario, Canada. Namaste.